Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing today on this wonderful Saturday? So I'm in the shop having a little bit of fun with this transmission all over again. So the previous video before this one was me explaining what actually happened. End up destroying the forward gear clutches due to a clearance issue. And of course, the reason behind it, I also explained it too, of course, because looks like we lost some metal on these steel plate, the clutch plates. Tried cleaning those up. I didn't have no steel plates at the time, and I didn't think they even offered them anymore. But I went ahead and put them together with the best stuff that I had, you know, cleaned them up. And I did not realize that there was actually a clearance spec on these. So if you actually look here, it tells you all the clearance specs for all the clutch drums and what they should be. I didn't even look at this here until after I put the trans together. But after it came apart the second time, after clutches went out in this one drum, I actually started looking through that that little manual there, and I saw the clutch. I saw the clearance specs on it. So now that I have an understanding of that, we understand why these clutches went out. It's because I actually mic'd these discs here, and these mic'd out at like 0.66 thousandths. And then of course the new plates, which is right here. See the new plates? See the difference here? There, yeah. That plate is done. This is a fresh plate. So this plate measured out, it's mic'd out at 0.71 thousandths. So so yeah, those they definitely had differences. So that tells me there that these are the original plates that came in the transmission. I don't know how many miles were on it when we installed it, but they got some time on them. So they definitely got some time on them. So so yeah, so there's definitely a difference. And like I said, this measured out at 0.71, and this measured out at 0.66, either 0.66 or 0.65. So, and they were all inconsistent. One was like 6.4, one was like 6.6, one was like 6.5. So yeah, they were all inconsistent. So, so yeah, so now that we know all about that, we're going to make sure that we got the correct clearances and actually make sure that we have tight clearances, you know, tight enough to where the clutch, the pack will still move and operate like it's supposed to. You know, we're trying to get, you know, as many steels and as many clutch plates in the drum as we can, you know, to firm up our shifts and everything else. So cool thing about Level 10, man, they shout out to them again. They actually sent me all the new steel plates. I mean, all the new clutch plates for this transmission. And, you know, of course, they sent us some more clutches. Yeah, again, this is how a clutch is supposed to look. And this is how these clutches ended out. So yeah, there's nothing left. So yeah, clutch supposed to look like that. But yeah, so they sent us new steels, new clutch discs. Here's the box. Everything was sent. They actually had to order these plates for me because they didn't have any in stock, so they had to order some. They sent them to me. They came about 2 or 3 days ago. And you know, big shout out to Elaine and Pat for always looking out for us, you know, with these transmission parts from Level 10. They always make sure we're good to go. So, but yeah, that's everything. So what I wanted to talk a little bit about was, okay, so this is the plate that came factory in this clutch drum, right? See how thick that plate is? Now, shout out to my buddy Steven Taylor for actually sending me a video of an older gentleman. He's a veteran at this, and I call him a veteran of transmissions. But he actually had a transmission for like a Chrysler, pulled apart, and was actually showing these plates. So what he did was he took this plate out, and he actually put an extra thin plate in place of it with an extra clutch, you know, to take up the difference for this. So, you know, the more frictions and the more steels that you have, the better the clutch pack is, and the firmer the shift. So cool thing is, back from the factory, it came with this thick clutch plate, and then it has 1, 2, and 3. So that's basically what comes factory in the trans, right? So Level 10 sent me 4 of these. They sent me 4 of these, the same thickness, right? So what I'm gonna do, I have a low mileage transmission in the back, and I'm gonna see what the steel plates look like, and I'm gonna see what the clutch discs look like, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 1 more steel, 1 more friction in, and then check the clearance and see how close we can get to the minimum spec on your forward clutch, which is 0.40. So 0.47 is the biggest. This is the widest you want to go. And of course, when I checked it with the old setup, old steels and old frictions, we were well over that. So, but yeah, I just want to, you know, see if I can get another steel and another friction in here. I hear a lot of people talk about it. A lot of my friends that do transmission work, they told me try it. Some of my other friends told me that they've actually had their drums machined to hold more steels and more frictions. It's better clamping force, holding capacity, and stuff like that. And the whole time I was thinking, great, I've outpowered the clutches already. There's no way. But I didn't. It was just I had the clearances wrong, and I tried to reuse these old plates and clean them up and try to smooth them out. But of course, that probably took some material off of them as well. So actually what happened, it opened up the clearances, and of course when it got hot and you put it under pressure, you know, the clutches are actually starting to slip, and then the more you the more you beat on it, you know, the warmer the clutch pack got, and then it just let go all the way. So now we know what not to do when putting an automatic together. So it's a learning process, but I will say this car made 14 consecutive clean passes on those old plates, you know, and pretty much a fresh rebuilt trans. So can't argue with that. And we ran our best time with it, 12.99 and 105. So, you know, it don't owe us nothing, man. We can't argue with that at all. There's no reason to even argue that. So that's the plan. So our plan is to try to see if we can add at least 1 more friction and 1 more steel plate for the clutch packs in all of these packs, even the reverse drums. See, all the other clutches survived. They all survived this last go around. So the only clutches that didn't last were these, because those plates were just so shot. So, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna replace this bad boy with 1 more of these and 1 more of these. So we'll see how that works out and check the clearance and everything. So you don't want these too tight. So let me show you. You see that groove right there? Got a groove there, right? All right, that's where your lock ring sits. Your lock ring sits there. So if you, let's say, for instance, if you have too much Let's see here. If you have too much going on here, hold on, let me do that another way. I use that. Yeah, I'll put all the steel in there. All right, so if you got, see how you can't really, you can see only part of that, you can only see part of that groove where the lock ring goes. So if you put too many in there and it stacks up too high, you're not going to be able to get that lock ring in anyway. And if it's too tight to the fact where you have to force it to go down, then you know the clutch pack won't move and it won't operate correctly. So, but yeah, so that's our plan, man. We're gonna add some more steels and some more frictions to this drum, and you know, see if we can get close to that real tight tolerance, so we can have a little better, firmer shift, and the clutches won't slip. We were trying to keep the clutches away from slipping. Slippage is really bad because when clutches start slipping, they generate a lot of heat. And once they generate a lot of heat and they constantly have pressure on them, then that's when you run into problems, and it just wipes the, it just completely wipes the friction off. As you can see there, it's completely wiped it off. So I just wanted to get on and give you guys an update of what was going on, and you know, what we're dealing with. And I'll be back in the shop tomorrow, most of the day, working on this, trying to get this all back together, and checking clearances and stuff like that, and just putting the trans back together. So just wanted to get on here and show you guys everything that was going on. Everything still lived a good life in the trans. None of our parts are damaged. You know, the planetary set is still good. You know, these races and spacers and stuff are still good. Nothing is, you know, been cut or ground. It doesn't look like somebody took a grinder to it, or it ran metal on metal. And this is actually the fluid that came out of the trans, you know. So I mean, it's definitely lives a good life, man, especially under pressure. Like we really put it through hell. So, but yeah, I just wanted to let anybody know, man, if you're looking to get into messing with one of these 4EATs for Escort, Protege, you know, whenever that transmission came in, I mean, as far as I know, it only came in an Escort, and it only came in a Protege. I think I want to say the Kia Sophia had the same style transmission. Pretty much all the automatic Escorts had this automatic transmission. The only difference was the bell housing, and I think the valve body was a little bit different. I think the newer, the 97 and up had an electronic line pressure solenoid. This one does not. So there's no electronic line pressure solenoid on this one. That's all manual. So, but yeah, I just wanted to basically, you know, let you guys know that. And 4EAT transmission is actually a good trans. It's got a 3-gear planetary set. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6. It's got a 6-gear planetary set, which is awesome. So, and it looks like more than I thought it was 9. This is when I first got into this automatic stuff. So my buddy was like, "No, these 2 gears are 1 gear. So 1, 2, that's 1 gear, and then of course you have this one. But so that's 1. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. What am I saying? 3-gear planetary. Or 6-gear, however the hell you say it. I want to say it's a 6-gear planetary. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but like I said, man, I'm still, you know, I'm still learning about this stuff, and I've done pretty well. I built my first trans, and it worked great, worked fine. Had no issues except for I didn't realize the clearances were too wide on this drum, but no big deal. But yeah, it's got a pretty healthy planetary set there. Pretty healthy planetary set. So yeah. Well, I guess it would be. Yeah, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's a 6-gear planetary. Got that right. So, but yeah, everything is in good shape. There's our pump. You know, pump looks like the, you know, like I said, everything's looked like it's survived pretty well. So we're gonna begin, seeing how tight we can get these tolerances for the clearances. How tight we can get the clearances, within this tolerance here. So anybody that wants to know and is thinking about actually putting one of these together, if you get a level 10 transmissions kit, this is what the specs are going to be. Now, if you get factory like OEM clutch steels and clutch frictions, I don't know what exactly the clearances are on those. That's something you'll probably have to research and find out. But I wouldn't go by these because, their steel plates and friction plates may have different measurements. So you don't want to go by that on an OEM deal. So that's only for their kit. So yeah, but yeah, if you got the level 10 kit, this is the clutch. This is the clutch pack clearances that you would need to follow and go by. So it's got your forward clutch, coast clutch, reverse clutch, 3 to 4 clutch, low reverse clutch, and those are all your numbers there. So yeah, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to hit me up. I got I'm on 4 sources of social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you guys got any questions, man, on this transmission, feel free to hit me up. And got any questions about level 10 parts, also hit me up, man. I can give Elaine and Pat a call and see what they can do for you. Like I said, they're really great people. When I explained to them what happened with this first trans go around, they sent me a brand new kit, and they sent me new steels, new filter, new band. I mean, they sent everything that I needed, everything, to go back through this again and redo it again. So they're great people. If you decide to use them, I highly recommend them. So please go to them. Their customer service is just A+A 100. Their customer service is absolutely great. So they treat us with the utmost respect, and they always look out for us and make sure we got what we need. So thanks everybody for watching. I actually got a little get together to go to. For those that know, my birthday was this past Wednesday. So we're actually going to have a Scorpio get together. All my buddies that I work out with at Crunch on the Lothian Turnpike in Virginia. If anybody's not in the Virginia area, that's a gym that's in Virginia. But I work out with them there, so we're going to go hang out and have some good food, have some good times, some good laughs. So unfortunately, I won't be messing with this no more today. But just wanted to get on and share with you guys what we had going on and what our plan is before we go back together. So like I said, now that I've got the concept of this this clutch pack clearance deal, I think we're going to try to start playing with some tighter tolerances and getting this thing to shift a little bit tighter. So thanks guys, appreciate you watching, and appreciate my supporters. And please hit the like and subscribe button. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I've had a few people message me already and ask me questions on this particular trans, so I don't mind helping no one. So thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the weekend. God bless everyone.